Best world cuisines. Stop eating fast food. I attribute all our Western health problems to the poor way in which we aliment ourselves, with the excuse that we have neither time nor money to do better. Reality is that we got used to it, and actually love it, without internalizing that most of this love is a veiled addiction to carbs and sugar imposters, to preservatives, and to a lot of other ingredients that sound like chemical formulas. Let's go around the world and liberate ourselves of these detrimental ingredients and see what people cook elsewhere with their best local, natural and fresh ingredients. Number 10. Eastern Europe. I'm lumping here together some of my favorite foods since somehow, through their history, agriculture and proximity, Eastern European countries have influenced each other and have thus developed similar dishes. I'm including here as well a few Central and Southern European lands because the past has permitted some to occupy others, has allowed empires to ebb and flow chaotically, and people to migrate, colonize, and populate territories over which they had more or less dubious claims. So, from Istanbul to Vienna, all goes when it comes to food. Many European ingredients arrived from the Americas, like potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, and corn. From Asia, such as onions, garlic, tea, and spices. Or from Africa, like watermelon and coffee. But the cabbage is Eastern European and features a lot in their cuisine, pickled or not. From sauerkraut to sarma or sarmale, to polenta dishes of ground corn, most veggies and grains are accompaniments for meats. The Hungarian goulash or the Romanian tocăniță de pui are some lovely stews imbued in garlic, herbs and spices, while the kifte, cevapcici, mitite, grilled meats and schnitzels of too many kinds usually make the biggest chunk of the meal. Healthy? Not entirely, but delicious. For healthier cuisines, we have to keep traveling. Number 9. Mexico. Mexico has the privilege of having an incomparable fountain of fresh endemic produce. Among these are varieties of beans, squash, avocados, tomatoes, corn, sweet potato, chili peppers, agave, cacao, nopal, chia with lacoche or corn fungus, and other veggies I can't pronounce and I have no idea what they are for. In spite of this proximity to the source, a homemade Mexican diet includes a lot of rice and limes, which both originated in Asia. Yet, tacos, tortillas, and other flatbread kind of wrappings of local corn still reign supreme. These are handsomely accompanied by mashed avocados, diced tomatoes, chopped cilantro, and loads of lime juice. Other main staples in today's Mexican cuisine are foods brought in by the Spaniards: meats, dairy, wheat, sugar, and olives. For its variety and complexity, Mexico's cuisine is one of the very few listed as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. What not to miss? Tortillas, tacos, quesadillas, and burritos are a must. But take a local friend along to make sense out of all the options. Try the chilaquiles breakfast of Mexican champions, the prehistoric pozole corn and meat soup, the enchiladas, a Mexican version of cannelloni with stuffed corn tortillas, the mole poblano, a symphony of slow-cooked ingredients of an uncertain recipe, and the Mexican tamales, a portable food made of corn mash filled with meats and wrapped in a banana leaf. Number 8. Korea. Korean cuisine has gained a lot of traction lately. Koreans live longer than most other people, and there is a good reason why. Since Korea has very little land for agriculture and animal farming, and needs to import fresh produce or dairy products such as cheeses, They developed over centuries a diet based on soups, fish, hot chili pepper sauce, and pickled cabbage. Pickling cabbage, daikon, and a lot of wild plants actually has led to the concept of banchan side dishes, consumed in small portions and which thus last the family a very long time. Bean paste is also a beloved ingredient that substitutes for meat flavors. Eggs, nature's most complete food, are used massively as an important source of protein. Carbs are also served in abundance as ramen noodles and the sacred daily rice. Korean barbecue, in change, is not a regular staple and is actually considered a luxury. Here are a few dishes you can't miss. Bibimbap, rice mixed with fresh and pickled side dishes. Kimbap, Korean-style sushi with vegetables, tuna, egg, and other ingredients. Kimchi jjigae, a heavenly soup of fish and kimchi. Japchae, glass noodles with vegetables. And persimmons, Korea's national fruit, for dessert. Number 7. Thailand. Thai cuisine is the prettiest I've seen. It is certain that we mostly eat with our eyes, and Thailand wins this challenge. It has been very often ranked among the best in the world as well, so taste and looks go hand in hand. The beauty stems from its light but artistic preparation methods, allowing each ingredient to shine in its natural colors, enhanced by aromatic touches and a dash of spicy to give them depth. Far from being simple, Thai food is, as a whole, harmonious and beautifully elaborated. Some of the Thai cuisine traditional dishes are the tom yum soup, a hot and sour chicken or shrimp-based broth, boiled with coconut milk, lemongrass and kaffir limes, and other flavorful spices and ingredients. The rice noodles pad thai, flavored with peanuts, shrimp, tamarind, and red chili peppers. The green papaya salad with asparagus, Thai eggplant, lime, chili, fish sauce, and palm sugar. The massaman Thai curry, which includes, aside from meat and potatoes, coconut milk, cashews, peanuts, bay leaves, cardamom, cinnamon, star anise, palm sugar, chili, tamarind, and fish sauce. Oof! Or the Thai fried rice, made with perfumed jasmine rice and a cornucopia of ingredients and fresh accompaniments. The way of eating Thai food is also enchanting, with a myriad of colorful side dishes all around. Number 6. France. French gastronomy is a renowned UNESCO Intangible World Cultural Heritage, and it deserves a series of episodes to elucidate its depth and significance to our world's history of cooking. The French invented their own cooking style centuries ago, different from any other, but which eventually became the Bible for upscale cooking methods. Most of the vocabulary related to cooking processes and cooking traditions is French, from haute cuisine, appellation d'origine contrôlée, cuisine bourgeoise, and so on, as are the terms for specialties like charcuterie, consommé, pâtissier, béchamel, entrée, hors d'oeuvre, millefeuille, éclair, crêpe, crème brûlée, and the list goes on and on. It is hard to highlight just a few aspects of French cuisine, but I'll try. The breakfast, or petit déjeuner, starts with delicious breads, jams, butter, hams, eggs, and cheeses, and is followed soon after by the actual déjeuner, as they call lunch, which in its traditional form was 2 hours long and had 3 courses. Last meal is dinner, which is accompanied by wine and finished with a cheese course. Some of the most famous traditional French dishes are the escargot snails in butter and garlic, The bœuf bourguignon, a stew of veggies and beef chunks marinated in red wine. The bouillabaisse fish soup, made of several kinds of fish from the catch of the day and seafood. French onion soup topped with bread and melted cheese. The quiche Lorraine, a flaky pastry, egg and cream pie. And the vegetarian ratatouille, with eggplant, zucchini, bell peppers, onions and tomatoes. And then the heavenly tarte tatin, an upside-down caramel and apple tart, my favorite. Number 5. India. The land of spices, or the land where the pepper grows, as fairy tales call it. India has the most diverse culinary encyclopedia of dishes due to its incredible number of inhabitants, historic upheavals and influences, as well as its vast ecodiversity. Well-known spices that come from India are turmeric, cardamom, mustard, black pepper, cinnamon, coriander, star anise, and fenugreek. But there are many others less traded, like the nok kesar, a flower pot, the javakar, salt made from snail shells, the jakia, wild mustard, the herb ratanjad, or the Sichuan pepper, for example. Just twisted my tongue. Thus, India's ingredients and cooking methods need a dictionary in order to make sense to most people. India, though, does have its staple dishes that have achieved international recognition, and here are some. The khichdi rice dish with lentils and moong dal beans. The tikka masala made of marinated chicken in a creamy tomato sauce. The tandoori chicken, a yogurt marinated chicken cooked in a tandoor oven. The delicious samosa fried pastries with spiced fillings of potatoes, lentils, peas or meats. The classic biryani dish with aromatic rice, meats, veggies and spices. Or the palak paneer, a vegetarian spinach and cheese dish. In addition, the Indian flatbreads have long migrated to the Western supermarkets. While the masala chai has become a worthy ambassador of the land of spices, with its aromatic recipe of green cardamom pods, cinnamon sticks, cloves, ginger, and black peppercorns. Number 4. Peru. While the term of fusion cuisine has only been made official in the last 20 years, Peru has fusion cooked for centuries. I believe that Peruvian cuisine does stand in its own category by combining ingredients and methods of preparation from several continents. The main fused cooking influences of Peru are local Andean, Caribbean, European, Chinese, and Japanese. How did these come together? Through Spanish occupation, mixing Europeans with the surviving indigenous population, with black slaves since the 16th century, and later with the immigration of Japanese and Chinese contracted workers. The ensuing cuisine is the newest up-and-coming culinary world darling, and with good reason. Peru is one of the main cradles of produce we now use worldwide, has incredibly fertile lands, and an astounding variety of products. It has access to tons of fish and seafood, as well as to all the hidden treasures of the Amazon jungle, all the way up to the peaks of the Andes. The Peruvian cooking style combines the instant freshness of a ceviche or tiradito, reminiscing of a Japanese sashimi with a lemony twist, with the slow cooking of an ají de gallina in a cheese and peanut creamy sauce. The rice and beans staple is Caribbean. The arroz chaufa is definitely Chinese, while their garlicky white rice fits perfectly with a very Chinese/limeño lomo saltado made with beef strips barely tossed in crunchy red onions and tomatoes and served instantly. Peruvian white rice is perfection and can be a meal just by itself. Basil comes from Asia as well, to make the heavenly Peruvian cheese and basil sauce for tallarines verdes. The huacatay sauce and the guinea pigs called cuyes come down from the Andes, along with many desserts and drinks specialties made from purple corn. Number 3. China. Its sheer land size, population, and eternal history have made China into one of the most important culinary influences in the world. Each region has its own specialties and methods, as China is inhabited by no less than 56 ethnic groups, the main being the Han Chinese. Among their minorities are Tibetans, Mongols, Manchus, and so many others I have never even heard of, and all are actively upholding their traditions. The ancient art of cooking in China was closely linked to spiritual rituals and medicine. Today, food still sets social boundaries, dictating status and relationships. Rice and noodles are now consumed all over the world, but both come from China. What we most know as Chinese food is merely an adaptation of dishes cooked by Chinese diaspora with foreign ingredients, fitted to suit foreign tastes. Still, there are a few particularities that remain truly Chinese. Among these is the use of a large wok for daily cooking on a wood-burning stove, often located in an outdoor kitchen, where meals are made rather instantly by tossing fresh ingredients into oil and spices and reducing them with liquids afterwards. It baffles me how fast they cook. By comparison, making a Peking duck takes days. The marinating of the bird and hanging it out to cure must have been a consequence of trying to making meats last longer. The delicious roasted duck is then eaten with fresh scallions and cucumber. Very healthy. The best place to order Chinese food is in China. Try there the kung pao chicken, the sweet and sour pork, the chow mein, the char siu barbecue pork, and the real wonton soup, egg drop soup, and fried rice. Truth is, their westernized versions are rather tasty as well. Absolutely no complaints here. Number 2. Italy. I debated for a bit which should be number 1 and which should be number 2, and it was a close call. Italian cuisine is hailed as one of the healthiest, if not the healthiest, in the world. I personally attribute this distinction to more than just the ingredients gracing the sunny coasts of the Mediterranean, and I am inclined to give a lot of credit to the Italian way of life. The relaxed attitude, the inability of bottling an unpleasant feeling, the openness of expression, and their eating habits free of conventions. If you meander through a Tuscan village at lunchtime, you can fill your belly with the calmness of the road, with the trembling of curtains and the vibrant but relaxed chatter they conceal, with the sound of clicking cutlery and the scent of oregano, thyme, rosemary, and basil. Italians simply cook for the sake of eating, slowly, together, often, and unbothered. That is pure health. Fresh herbs, olive oil, ripe tomatoes, grated cheeses, and cured prosciutto only add to the experience. I feel a bit presumptuous to enumerate Italian specialties, since everybody knows pizza, spaghetti, gnocchi, lasagna, cannelloni, risotto, tramezzini, panini, carpaccio, and so forth. It is said that most Italian dishes are fast and easy to make, but I disagree. And I'm sure Italian chefs do too. To get these right is no small feat. And then, some dishes require a lot of know-how to cook them properly. The Mediterranean diet is greatly admired and is currently listed as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. I will limit myself at enumerating a handful of my favorites. The Piemontese vitello tonato, a cold veal dish based in a mayo tuna flavored sauce. The Venetian risotto al nero di seppia, any type of ravioli, pesto sauce, the Roman semolina gnocchis, and the cherry on the cake, the tiramisu. I am an expert in eating tiramisu, I have to confess. Number 1. Japan. Deservedly so, Japanese food lands at number 1. And here are some of the reasons why, aside from the fact that it is incredibly delicious. Japan is an island nation and has minimal space for agriculture. They had to ingeniously craft a culinary tradition based on very little resources, and still have managed to become one of the world's top influencers in gastronomy. The traditional Japanese cuisine, known as washoku, is also justly listed as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage. Some of the most striking Japanese foods or dishes were born out of necessity, such as the sushi, for example. Joining salted fish with cooked rice was meant to delay its spoiling, and the unexpected result still amazes people around the globe today, after it was fine-tuned to fit contemporary tastes. The lack of oil and fat in Japanese diet was done on purpose, for health reasons. What Italy lacks in conventionalism, Japan excels in. Japanese strict dining etiquette and limitations on what to eat and what not have loosened in recent times, but have, over the centuries, led Japan to attain the healthiest diet in the world, and a handsome longevity across the board for its entire population. Aside from the sushi rolls we all know, Japanese meals also consist of sticky rice, plus main and side dishes, as well as miso soup and tsukemono pickles. The standard fine dining is called kaiseki, and Japan has currently surpassed France, having the highest number of Michelin-starred establishments. Aside from mind-blowing dexterity with knives and special cooking techniques, Japanese chefs create their dishes with the most impeccable ingredients, with fish and sea creatures occupying the top spot. Sashimi is my favorite dish overall, but I don't claim to know the difference between one made in Tokyo or one concocted outside of the country. But one can learn. I regard Japanese cuisine as a lifelong experimental journey of education and discovery. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please don't smash any buttons, just gently like and subscribe for more. The world is vast and it's all yours. Discover more of its wonders right here.